Hello, everyone. Welcome to the AuthorHood podcast. Hope things are being really good at everyone's end. To grace our show today, we have Dr. Shivani Khetan with us. Hello, ma'am. Thank you very much for accepting our invite. Welcome.
Hello, thank you so much for calling me at your platform and for your patience. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
It's our pleasure. Thank you. So, how will you best introduce yourself to the listeners?
Well, I'm a clinical hypnotherapist and I'm also a life coach. And I help people to understand how they can change their behavior, the
Hmm.
transformation which is required to get out of their limiting beliefs. So I'm a coach who can help them out to understand and how to rewrite their story.
Wow. Rewrite their stories. How do you actually see it?
See, at any age, if we feel that something is limiting me and I want to change, but I'm not able to change. So,
Hmm.
what is restricting me to write the story I want to live? So, you have people like, if you are struggling with weight, you go to a nutritionist. If you're struggling with any situation in the body, you go to a particular doctor.
Hmm.
So, understanding that this is the area where I'm not growing in life. Now, it can be someone singing, it can be someone's that I'm not feeling focused, or I'm feeling lazy, or I'm scrolling my phones when I'm supposed to be sitting and doing something very important. So I have
See.
clients coming who say that I got bored and I started scrolling my phones. So, what is it that is restricting them to be what they are?
Hmm.
And when they feel, no, this is not what I am. So if
Hmm.
I'm singing, I feel, no, this is not my voice. I don't like this. So you'll go to a person, you'll riyaz, you'll do a lot of things, to do that. But sometimes you're trying also and it is not happening.
See.
So when it is not happening, that is when you need someone like us who can help you. Where is it? Why are you stuck? And
Hmm.
why your subconscious brain is not giving you the right response
Okay.
and it is not giving you that result
Hmm.
and why are you living in a limited life and a limiting belief.
Wow. Now, this is some very nice concept.
See, there's a reason why people go to a psychologist.
See.
When
Hmm.
you're having a day-to-day problem, you want to go to a psychologist because there is a situation and you don't know how to go about it.
See.
There's a reason why you have your mentors who are helping you out,
Hmm.
where to go, what path you can take. So someone is seeing you and they have also see your vision and they help you to go be and on that path.
Hmm.
So when people come to us and they are feeling restricted, like I had a gentleman, he was working at a very big post, and but he was feeling, that I don't see myself growing. I
Hmm.
don't see myself working with this kind of a person because maybe he was more talented than his boss. That's what he was feeling.
See.
So how to come out of that comfort zone?
Hmm.
So when people who have grown in life, done the sessions with us, and
Hmm.
they come back to us, we see a big change in them. Like there's one person who ended up who was a great CEO and everything. He even started modeling and he was horse riding and he was doing God knows what all. He
Hmm.
created time for all that. So I saw a different dimension to that person. But it's not like you come to me and I will be able to help you in one session or two sessions. You have lived a
Hmm.
pattern of life of 5 years, 6 years. So you have to work on yourself for at least a year,
Hmm.
right? So you take at least 4 sessions a month, and then
See.
you slowly and slowly you see a change, and then you start changing, and then you're like, okay, now I'm enjoying it.
Hmm.
First, you're restricted to it. You're like, oh, what is this? I don't
Hmm.
know. I don't know if I can do it. And as you know, in India, the mental health is like, do I really need to go? Or why do I need a coach? Or what is depression? Nothing is depression. हमारे time पे कुछ
Hmm.
नहीं होता था. What are you talking
See.
about? So the point here is, if I am open to see a life that I want to live, if
Hmm.
I want to live as a rock star, even at the age of 40, I realized it.
Hmm.
Am I working towards it?
See.
Am I open to it?
Hmm.
Am I able to get the right people to help me? And even if I'm singing and doing whatever, or I'm
Hmm.
writing, I want to write a book, and I feel restricted, am I finding the right person to help me?
Hmm.
So that's why I said rewrite your story. There's no age to live the life you want to live, as long as you're willing to do that.
Beautifully put. To begin with now, gazillion blessings to the love you have for your mother. I mean, your Instagram, it's beautiful with the posts you make with your mother. They're amazing. How has curing and helping heal your mother healed and helped you as a person overall?
But first of all, thank you so much. It's a I can say it's a very heartfelt observation, and it means the world to me. Healing my mother, I think it's one of the most transformative experiences of my life.
Hmm.
Uh, it wasn't just about physical or emotional recovery.
Hmm.
It became a journey of rediscovering love, resilience, strength as we carry the family,
Yes.
and finding my own patience, and finding my own self with
Hmm.
her through her feelings, through her healing. I can definitely say I found my purpose, a deep desire
Hmm.
to help others to reconnect with their own strength, and actually they can heal themselves. I believe anyone, if they put their energy and mind into it,
Hmm.
we have that energy to heal ourselves. So because of her, Mudita came into being. And
Okay.
like you said, well, how did it help me? It helped
Hmm.
me to become more compassionate, I guess. It helped me to become more patient,
Hmm.
a little more kind to myself. And when I created Mudita because of her,
Hmm.
Mudita is a Sanskrit word which means I'm happy in your happiness.
Yes.
So it was a reflection of that. Whatever that has happened in this journey
Hmm.
is very full of love and compassion. So it was a slow process.
Hmm.
Like 5 years back, we started Mudita.
Hmm.
Before that, I was doing my individual practice and I was doing my individual work with NGOs and all.
Hmm.
And when she came to stay with us, that's when Mudita came into being. So I can say it gave me a purpose, if you ask me. Yes.
Wow. Super nice. Scrolling through your Instagram, it's a delight. It's really a delight. You say love and compassion, definitely. Every post reflects that. Beautiful it is, and it is just wonderful. Amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So every day you learn something new,
Hmm.
and what you see on the Instagram or someone sees in the posters because she's the ambassador for Mudita.
Hmm.
I think it's also a lot of her own self that
Hmm.
she didn't
Hmm.
want to live the way she was living,
Hmm.
and she refused to be a patient.
Yes.
Instead of a survivor, she wanted to live as a warrior.
Hmm.
So I think a lot of work has gone from her, and that
Hmm.
is why you're able to see, because at this age a lot of parents can be stuck. They can be
Simple.
like,
Huh?
why do I need to change? Why
Hmm.
do I need to change my food? I want to eat this. Why
Hmm.
do I need to exercise? Because she has a hell of a routine, to be very honest with you. She has
Hmm.
3 trainers coming. She goes for walks. She is eating a very healthy diet.
Hmm.
So to tell you, I mean, she herself made a lot of changes
Hmm.
and she was receptive to those changes. That is why you see that picture.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because
Bilkul.
when you do it with love, it shows. And if you're doing it because I have to do it, or what
Hmm.
do I do? Why can't I eat this? And she's trying to, crib about
Huh.
it, it
Huh.
won't happen. So I think a lot of gratitude goes to my mother that
Hmm.
she was open to live a life and rewrite her own story, which she had not even thought that I will live like this. She was a very conservative woman.
Hmm.
And now if you see her, she's wearing her Western, she's wearing everything. There's
Yes,
a
everything, pants and cool,
yeah,
full
shorts,
tops and
everything. You see her and she was yes,
huh,
because that inner confidence comes from that this is
Hansi.
what I am. I want to be like this. I want to wear a red lipstick. I want to be like this. I
Hmm.
I want to be seen like this. And what you see, it's not that she's creating it. She's
Hmm.
feeling it.
She's feel definitely,
You
definitely
you,
that.
can- you can create something like, okay, I'll make a video for you. Okay,
Hmm.
okay, then
Hmm.
she will be like that. But
Hmm.
if you will see her anytime,
Hmm.
that's how she feels, and that is the beauty of it.
Bilkul.
So thank you so much for saying that. But I want everyone to understand, if I will not feel it, it will
Hmm.
not show. So that's very important. We're just trying to show you a part of life which she is living,
Hmm.
and I feel any child. I know everyone is very busy in their lives,
Hmm.
and that is what has become. Mudita came into being, which we still have to put a lot of effort because
Hmm.
children are going to US,
Hmm.
children are not staying with the parents.
जी.
They can give you money, but they don't have the time.
Hmm.
So what is a parent missing? They're missing not only good mornings and goodbyes they want to do with you. They want to know how was your day.
Hmm.
Or like, when we used to come back from our school, and I remember my mother was always there and asking me, how
Hmm.
was your school? And sometimes I was struggling. I was not a great student.
Hmm.
And I used to tell her that I struggled in maths or I struggled in this. And then she had
Hmm.
fantastic, whatever one food she used to make for me, ek sabji, dal, jo bhi banti thi hamare liye.
Hmm.
With a lot of love, I could see she was making it. I was lucky enough to have it, warm.
Hmm.
Not that she was going out. So thank God she was there to take care of me. Uh, did I do the same part for my children? I think to some extent I did, yes.
Hmm.
I was keeping them first because when I remember when they used to come from school, even I
Hmm.
was very busy, I used to come back
Hmm.
and be there to learn those stories. Though I was very much professional, but I remember at one point giving away my work. So, I think that part is very important for the seniors at this age
Hmm.
when they get up in the morning and they're sleeping what
Right.
all is happening there. So, like, I have a routine for her. Like, it's not like I'm going to be there all the time, but
Hmm.
whatever quality time you're able to spend,
Hmm.
that is what makes a lot of difference.
Surely does. Amazing. So, clinical hypnotherapist, also an art therapist, a mental wellness coach, all under one umbrella. What does it take for Dr. Khetan to keep up and going every new day?
Yes. I think it's my clients because, when
Okay.
you see your clients
Huh.
coming and you see their, spirits are fueled, like with
Hmm.
every session, there's a breakthrough.
Hmm.
And to me, it's also my learning. Sometimes in the session, I will discover something about myself
Hmm.
also,
जी.
because you are helping them, that's fine, but you're trying to find a way for them. And then in that moment, when sometimes you feel, okay, to crack this, I might have to do this with this person,
जी.
or I might have to create a situation here
Hmm.
where this person understands what is it that is missing in their life.
Hmm.
So I think these are the tools where I begin my day with mindfulness, expressive art, or whether it is movement, whether it is
Hmm.
Tai Chi, um, or playing drums, sound healing, Zenzula. Like
Hmm.
these practices keep you grounded.
जी.
And if I can say, how do I start my day? I start my day with Tai Chi. I have a teacher who comes around 7:30 in the morning.
Hmm.
I go to the park and I spend about 1.5 hours with him. We are
Hmm.
doing Tai Chi, we are doing mindfulness, we are doing breathing,
Hmm.
we are doing the chi, the energy, the movement. So my day starts with that. But down the time, my clients, when I see them, how they are benefiting from all these things,
Hmm.
that gives me more fuel to learn something new every day. So
Hmm.
definitely mindfulness and being aware, what am I feeling, that keeps me grounded.
Because you have it in practice, mindfulness, it's coming so easy from you. Don't you think it's the most, like, it's the toughest to practice?
See, mindful is what you are sitting with yourself.
Hmm.
Like even if I'm speaking to you, and I know where my breath is,
Hmm.
and how aware am I? What am I saying?
Hmm.
What am I feeling? Uh, and that is what is mindfulness. I'm not living in my past. I'm not living in future. I'm living in my present. So breath. The moment your breath stops, it's finished, right?
Hmm.
So mindfulness is the breath. And imagine if the breath goes, nothing is going to stay in life. And how often do we even see our breath, which is very
Absolutely
important.
never. Who cares? I mean, हाँ, सांस आ रही है जा रही है बस.
शैलो हो रही है, कैसे ले रहे हैं, और गुस्सा आ रहा है तो ब्रीदिंग
Hmm.
लेनी चाहिए उस टाइम पे. कितने इमोशंस आपके स्ट्रॉन्ग इमोशंस है,
Hmm.
तब भी आप ब्रीदिंग भूल जाते हैं या ऊपर नीचे हो जाती है. तो सबसे ज्यादा तो आपकी कोई भी इमोशन आता है, योर ब्रेथ इज द थिंग दैट गोज ऊपर नीचे ना.
Hmm.
So it is very important that when even if I'm working, even if I'm writing, if I'm doing any chores of my house or driving,
Hmm.
am I in constant awareness how my breath is.
Hmm.
Like if I'm angry, how is my breath?
जी.
If I'm excited, how is my breath?
Hmm.
If I'm
Hmm.
telling something to someone very nice, how am I feeling?
Hmm.
So the mindfulness is all about awareness कि भाई मैं हूँ कहाँ पे? Where am I? Am I in the
बिल्कुल.
present? Am I in the past? Or am I just time passing and I'm scrolling?
Hmm.
Am I aware of it?
जी.
That I'm wasting time? I mean, 10 minutes is fine, 15 minutes is fine. Like now,
हाँ.
I had a gentleman coming to me. He says, "Ma'am, मैंने उससे बोला अच्छा स्क्रीन टाइम जरा दिखाना मुझे." उनका
Hmm.
8 घंटे था स्क्रीन टाइम,
बाप रे.
and he's at a very good post. So I asked him, I said, "How do you manage this?" He said, "Man, nothing. वो हम बंद कर देते हैं, कुछ इधर कर लेते हैं, फिर हम थोड़ा गाड़ी में बैठे होते हैं." So,
हाँ.
but imagine 8 hours of scrolling. That is 8 hours could be of learning something new. So first of all, awareness that even if I'm scrolling, am I aware
Hmm.
that I'm scrolling?
जी.
That's very important, I feel.
मैम really nice point made. 8 hours मैम scrolling time है. 8 hours sleeping time नहीं है.
Yes.
Rest time 8 hours का नहीं है किसी का भी.
नहीं, नहीं, किसी का भी नहीं है.
किसी का नहीं
बहुत
है.
कम लोगों का. Even the children these days, I mean, I
Hmm.
was seeing someone, the mother, वो उनको कुछ गाना दिखा रहे हैं on the TV, and then they're eating and they're also singing with that child.
Hmm.
So from the starting only you made them hooked on that.
हाँ.
I mean, now it can be like, so what do I do? But even the girls who are kept as to help the children,
Hmm.
who are coming there as a help,
Hmm.
I see them, they're also easily putting on the TVs and everything. They're not bothered ki, they put some time there or something. They
Hmm.
just also want to खा ले बस खाना कैसा भी child, okay, let's
हाँ.
do that.
बिल्कुल
And
बिल्कुल.
that is happening the same with the seniors.
Hmm.
See, the childhood and the senior in the 70s, late 70s,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
they actually become children.
Same. हाँ
They're
हाँ हाँ.
I mean, ठीक है. I'm not talking about the intellectual people, which is 20% of the thing that
Hmm.
at the age of 80, if that person was a scientist or something, and they might be doing that intellect, but they also require fun in life, right? They
जी.
also want recognition in life. They also want achievement in life at that age.
Hmm. Hmm.
And if that is not given to them, it's like you're just living a life of a vegetable.
बिल्कुल.
Like my mother, if she's doing a painting, and
हाँ.
end of the day we are saying wow, or she's just doing a dance move,
Hmm.
it's an achievement for her, right? So
बिल्कुल.
she has to have that achievement.
जी. एंड ऑल्सो इतना उन्होंने एफर्ट डाला है उस चीज को करने में. ऑब्वियसली शी नीड्स समवन टू एटलीस्ट से कि हाँ, जो एफर्ट उन्होंने लगाया, जो टाइम उन्होंने दिया, इट वाज वर्थ इट. और कहीं ना कहीं वैलिडेशन की, ऐसे वाले वैलिडेशन की जरूरत पड़ती है.
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल पड़ती है.
तो वो जब मिल जाए तो ऑब्वियसली आदमी थोड़ा वो पम्प्ड फील करते हैं.
A win can be small win of sitting for 5 minutes for yourself and having
जी.
a cup of tea. I always give this example. For me, in the evening, sitting with a cup of tea and one biscuit is something that is the most relaxing thing for me. And in that 5-10 minutes, I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want my phone. I just want to be myself. That's it. Just watching some greenery, or just being there, or sitting on your favorite chair in the in a corner of your house. I think that's being with yourself, or you can call it mindfulness, or just being with you. That okay, how do I feel? Or I felt bad, or why did I feel bad, or why did I feel jealous, or why did I feel so completely lost when this person told me this? That's your moment.
वेरी राइटली सेड. तो अनअटेंडेड इमोशंस जो होते हैं, दे कॉज हैवॉक. एंड जो मी टाइम होता है, अगर वहाँ अटेंड हो जाए, उन इमोशंस पर ध्यान दे दिया जाए, तो शायद इजी हो जाता है द रेस्ट ऑफ द डे एंड द कमिंग डेज.
Definitely. Then you choose to be what you are. You're not just flowing with the emotion that took over you, and your control is gone.
बिल्कुल. So while authoring I Am, the self-healing journal, what new did you discover about heal and healing? I mean, apart from what you know already, what was that came to you about the same anew?
So, writing this book, which is like a journal form,
Hmm.
I planned it in COVID times. And the idea behind was to help people
Hmm.
understand and discover about themselves. So there were certain people who are still not open to healing mental health.
Hmm.
So if you ask me, I discovered that healing is not linear, it's layered.
जी.
And uh, to some extent, it is very deeply personal.
Hmm.
So what I started with this was just a journaling. The more I was doing it, I realized that it was like I wanted to tell a story
Hmm.
about myself. So each thing that we designed
Hmm.
is related to, again, how to rewire, what am I feeling,
Hmm.
to how do I rewrite. So the journal is very powerful.
Hmm.
And I feel journaling to some extent helps you to rewrite your stories
Hmm.
because you see what you are writing and you see, okay, this is not what I want to be.
Hmm.
So it gives you a better picture
Hmm.
to what I can create. So I can say that this book, which is called I Am, because I am is very powerful as words. I
जी.
am, I'm
Hmm.
confident, I'm healthy,
Hmm.
I am in control of myself. I know what I'm saying or what I'm doing. I am in my full esteem. So
Hmm.
I am is very powerful. A lot of people say, they can use words like stupid after this, or you can say, I am not sure. So,
Hmm.
words create a lot of energies.
जी.
So with I am, the idea behind today was how can I rediscover my own
Hmm.
strength? You just need some crayons,
Hmm.
and I've used a lot of expressive art work in this.
Hmm.
And there's a lot of exercises that will help you to know a lot about yourself.
I saw a lot of it in your working area as well. There's a lot and lot of expressive art.
So, journaling is about writing
Hmm.
as well as there's art journaling also these days, which is called expressive art.
जी.
The
Hmm.
expression is about your voice, it's about movement,
Hmm.
how I feel. So if I have drawn something,
Hmm.
definitely it stays with me. And I also have a way of putting my thoughts in art journaling.
Hmm.
And I do take away the words that are coming out. And when I say, how do I reform from these words? Or how do I create something that grows me?
Hmm.
So one kind of journaling or art journaling is you go with the flow, what
Hmm.
the work is about,
Hmm.
but how do I help myself?
Hmm.
So if let's say something came out, now that is why the expressive art therapist is required, that they help you
Hmm.
to start the journey from there. Like in the market these days, there are a lot of expressive art people, they expressive classes, you do sip and paint and you do
Hmm.
all that.
Hmm.
But it's a very important to understand who am I going to? I'm going for issue or I'm just going for fun.
जी.
So expressive art for fun can be making mandalas or just having fun with
Hmm.
your um,
Teammates.
expressions of
Huh.
and putting your whole family together and doing an exercise and
Hmm.
painting, which can be really fun. But if you're going to understand the situations that are happening inside, then expressive art, you require someone very much appropriate who knows
Hmm.
that job. And then after that, they ask you certain questions,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
which gets you those answers.
Like
Yes,
they're all related to what you created.
yes. So what I have created, I'm definitely going to ask myself, what have I
Hmm.
created? Okay, why did I feel this? Okay,
Hmm.
now how do I get out of this? Okay, or
जी.
maybe this is not the time to take care of this at the moment. Maybe I have to bypass this and I have to do what I'm doing.
Hmm.
But it definitely keeps it's like a mirror. It
जी.
tells you what you're feeling inside.
Okay. So now, what and how have you suggested in the book that can help the readers understand their issues by themselves and maybe to some extent heal as well? Putting it plain, like at least not to hit the point where issues without one's knowledge start turning into stress and depression.
Right. So, like I said, the book is actually designed to guide you as a mirror of your feelings.
Hmm.
So I really encourage the readers to pause and ask themselves certain questions, which are like, "Oh, why do I feel this way? Or why do I need to do a certain thing that I'm doing or a pattern that I'm living in my life?" So the book is all about awareness first.
Hmm.
Okay, I am doing this. or I am feeling this. Because when you have a thought, the feeling comes in and then the action comes in.
जी.
So these are gentle, small steps.
Hmm.
Once you know that, then the exercises help the readers to catch those early signs of
Hmm.
imbalances, and then how they can empower themselves to respond before it gets out of their hand.
So, जैसे आपने अपनी बुक में आइडिया सजेस्ट किए हैं, how have people responded?
What the work that we do, it comes under complementary alternative medicine, right?
जी.
So wherever in your life you might be struggling,
Hmm.
if I'm touching a piece of crayon, it takes me back to my childhood,
जी.
right?
Hmm.
So a lot of I have heard is that, oh, I touched my crayons when I was in my school in fourth class or fifth
Hmm.
class. Oh, I haven't touched my crayons for last 25 years,
Hmm.
and it makes me look like a child, and my paintings are childish.
Hmm.
I don't know what I'm making. But
Hmm.
if each piece that they have created or a movement they have created in the session that we have,
Hmm.
it has brought a little closer to their childhood.
जी.
And I think that is first what is lost.
बिल्कुल.
So, so any painting or anything that brings you back to your childhood, that inner child that you have.
Hmm.
So, how have they experienced that in the session that comes out?
जी.
And these are core tools. I
Hmm.
mean, whether it is painting or it is sound healing
Hmm.
or a movement or theater or
Hmm.
uh, playing a ukulele or a guitar or anything or it's all about expression.
जी.
So I've seen how incredible these tools
Hmm.
have helped people with a single color stroke or a movement. It
Hmm.
has helped them to unlock years of suppressed emotions.
Wow. That said, people definitely nowadays are inclined towards getting healed than being given medicines, and no doubt the former settles one not just physically but mentally and emotionally as well. What difference have you included in your practice to help your clients best?
If I am not living the life I'm living, they will not be influenced by me to an extent, right?
Perfectly put.
Yeah, so I have to walk that walk. If I am walking that walk, then they will see she's not only talking, she is walking.
Bilkul.
Now,
Hmm.
how does that happen when they come to you in a session or they are doing online sessions?
Hmm.
We try to show them various things that they can get in their lives, which is like through exercise, because I always feel any form of exercise is very, very, very important to you.
Hmm. Hmm.
So we try to show them that what are we doing in our lives. So we have sound healing bowls, we
Hmm.
have Zenzula. I help them with some little bit of Tai Chi. I
Hmm.
help them with some movement. So, the soothing sounds
Hmm.
and how slowly because Tai Chi is all a very slow movement, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Like going with your breathing, slowly your hands are coming up,
जी.
coming down, back. So, anything that you see is helping them transform. But you can
Hmm.
only conduct that if you are using them every day.
जी.
Right? And when they see you as a
Hmm.
person, that, okay, let's do the sound bowl healing for 5 minutes, let's do Om, or
हाँ.
let's do this Zenzula. So, Zenzula is a very amazing instrument with some strings on it.
जी.
And how soothing those voice can be for you, that's when
Hmm.
you realize your mindfulness. So, I think it becomes an inner bridge of calmness
Hmm.
with these instruments, and how it flows into their life,
Hmm.
it helps them to reconnect. And since they see you as a person, if they see
Hmm.
you as a calmer or a kinder or someone who's getting them zen space,
Hmm.
then they will like to do what you're doing. And the moment they experience it, then
Hmm.
they will see a change.
Amazingly explained. And also, now when you have said this, that if they see you walking it and not just talking about it, believe me, ma'am, एक होता है पर्सनालिटी में होना, एक होता है टोन में होना. You have it in your tone.
Thank you so much. Because, I feel one has to be very honest with whatever you're doing,
Hmm.
and give it your full. Sometimes giving full also doesn't get you results, but that's fine. At least you gave it your full.
जी. At least that personal satisfaction that I did it. That
Yes,
which was
yes.
required out of me, I did it. So now Tai Chi and Zenzala, how did they come in picture? Like, how did these interest you? ये आया कहाँ से concept? Because to be very honest with you, I never heard of Tai Chi before I visited your profile.
Yes.
जब वहां मैंने देखा, then I read about it. The slow breathing, the movement with every breath. It's amazing.
Well, I did not get a teacher for a longer time,
Hmm.
but I think I met someone in the hills when I was quite young, and she was the one who, I said, for your age, you're doing perfectly fine.
Hmm.
And she was the one who shared with me, Shivani, I do Tai Chi. And I think I
अच्छा.
was what age? I was like 27 or 28 at that time.
Hmm.
I was like, wow. And then I said, really, what is it all about? That time the
Hmm.
net was not that great, or you were not in two times, you could just suddenly Google anything and see it. So I
Hmm.
remember it stayed with me for a longer time. And when I started Mudita, that's the time when I realized
Hmm.
how amazing it could be for the seniors.
जी.
You know, Tai Chi you can even do sitting. People who are on wheelchairs or something, because
Hmm.
it's again to do your breathing. So you can at least move your hands, you can move your body, you can
Hmm.
move your shoulders. So a lot can be done with people who are not able to move also. So
Hmm.
that really intrigued me. And then I was like really, really looking for a teacher, I remember. And this teacher that I'm working with, he came 5, 6 years before, and he was quite young at that time. He said he wanted to go to Mumbai and he left. And he
Hmm.
gave me two, three things. And then I was just experimenting with on the, YouTube and everything.
अच्छा. Hmm.
I was learning until he came last year. Yes, he said, okay, I want to stay in Noida now and I don't
Hmm.
have people, so you help me out. And I think the more I learned from him, the more I realized this thing was so amazing. And my mother was also doing Tai Chi with the same guy.
Hmm.
She has
Hmm.
her own timings. And I realized how much calmer and um, it made me feel at ease.
जी.
Even the slow movements are so um, sometimes can be difficult that I
Hmm.
keep looking at him like I'm not able to do. He's like, okay, take your time, start it.
Hmm.
How the breathing in the hand, it's like your right brain or your left brain, your left hand and your right hand,
Hmm.
and you are even moving with it. How your whole collaboration of brain happens with that.
जी.
So that is how I had discovered it because someone mentioned to me at a very longer time, and it stayed with me,
Hmm.
ki what it is. I was very inquisitive about it. And Zenzula is something, I discovered it as a piece because I try to go learn some classical music. So I have had
अच्छा.
some teachers in my life,
Hmm.
and this particular instrument, one of the teacher gave me to understand music.
अच्छा.
So I fell in love with this. Otherwise, I was doing sound healing. I was doing my singing bowl.
Hmm.
I have my singing drums also.
Hmm.
So, but this was an instrument which I could just leave it on my table, and I could just
Hmm.
play with it. I have encouraged my clients to keep it in their offices to take a
अच्छा.
5 minutes break. And
Hmm.
it really rejuvenates them because, kind of cut the pattern.
जी.
So I think both these things I have discovered down my journey, and I'm so glad I'm able to have them in my everyday life. It's not expensive, it's just 2, 3,000 rupees you spend on
Alright.
yourself, and at least you have some instruments. So I think I have started collecting a lot of things like these.
जी.
I sometimes gift my clients also some things like this when we know. Sometimes I tell them to pick this up and take it home. So they
Hmm.
fell in love, okay, I'm liking this now, I want to buy for myself.
Wow.
So I encourage them to take them for a week so that they
Hmm.
can experiment with that. So I
जी.
think that gives them a lot of opportunity to start to try
Hmm.
new things. And then in the end they can pick up what they like.
Wow. Now, leadership through self-awareness. That's all that's required. How can the readers understand it through your book, which is Enhancing Leadership Skills Through Deeper Self-Awareness? And how exactly do you want the readers to understand this particular need of the hour?
So see, when I work with my clients,
Hmm.
they are going through confidence issues, they're going through their self-esteem issues.
Hmm.
And sometimes they're at a place where they don't even realize that this is what is my issue, right?
जी.
And if I want to be a leader,
Hmm.
I have to be leader myself first, to myself.
Very
That's
good.
that's what I feel.
Hmm.
If I am a leader to myself, then I can
Hmm.
help others to be leader. So that means when I am a leader to myself,
Hmm.
I am not controlling myself.
Okay.
I am helping myself to flow and see where are my flaws and what are my strengths and how can I work on them
Work on
to help
them. Ji.
others,
Ji.
right?
Hmm.
So to me, the concept was leadership isn't about controlling others.
Hmm.
It is about mastering yourself. That is where this book is coming from.
Okay.
And the book actually guides the readers to reflect on their emotions,
Hmm.
their belief system, their behavior,
Hmm.
and the pattern they are living in their life. So, by understanding their inner landscape,
Hmm.
uh, they can lead a life with authenticity and empathy. That is what the book is all about. And a lot of that has to do with a lot of self-awareness.
Hmm.
So, self-awareness, it's not a destination you will reach someday in a
Hmm.
journey.
Hmm. It's an everyday process.
Yes, yes,
Hmm.
yes. So, see, when leaders embrace that, they
Hmm.
inspire transformation around them, correct?
Ji.
So, imagine first doing that to yourself and then doing it to others.
Ji.
So, when I was putting this book together,
Hmm.
it's all about my own inner strengths, my own inner um, weaknesses that I don't want to show the world. But
Hmm.
can I work on them first? Because if I
Ji.
work on them,
Hmm.
I can help others.
That's good.
And leadership is not about, I have told you, you do that. As we know, na?
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
about helping people who are in strength to
Hmm.
help them out to be more better leaders.
Being with them, understanding what shoes they are in, and working along with them. This is what the juice is. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, another of your interests, tarot. Now, how and why, and also what with the book? I mean, you have already written a book on that too. So, tarot, it is to be learned and then practiced. So, what purpose does your book serve exactly?
So tarot, a healing tool in modern times.
Hmm.
It's my first book, and I wrote this 9 years back.
Great.
And at that time, the book came with with a message that
Hmm.
tarot is not prediction; it's for self-development,
Great.
and it's more than a guide.
Hmm.
So it was an invitation at that time, also today, uh,
Hmm.
to explore oneself. So it's a self-development tool I created.
Great.
So uh, because you have so much happening in your subconscious brain,
Hmm.
and tarot really helps you to uncover that. At that time, I had no idea that I will be writing my fourth book as enhanced leadership and all that.
Hmm.
So the book, if you open that book as someone who's like to learn tarot, it's not about learning tarot. That book can be picked up by you, by anyone who does not know tarot, and how those cards can help you to understand. And I remember when I was creating that book, it was not to teach people tarot. It was about how you can just pick up that book and start learning about your own self.
Great.
So the book was really ahead of its time at that time.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I'm talking like 14, 13, 14 years back. I did expertise in it for 5 years. Then I wrote the book. It was my
Hmm.
thesis, it was my research. And then we created some healing
Hmm.
cards also. And the book is actually it has a world record. We created a union of cards and beach mantras, how you could help in healing. And there
Wow.
have been certain people who have come to us, they said that the book is on our altar, how much that book has helped us.
Great.
So, if you ask me commercially, did we do great with that book? I
Hmm.
mean, I don't think so, but yeah, we were able to sell whatever we have sold till
Hmm.
now. But I would say definitely the book has a lot of respect and value for what it is offering.
Hmm.
I remember one of my friend mentor told me that, I could have created 100 books out of this, and you created
Arey
one
wow.
book. So, the
Wow.
book has a lot to offer
Huh.
on the lines of secret. so that
Hmm.
you're just sitting there and you want to just go through something, you just want to pick up a book
Hmm.
and one question that you read and it can tell you how you're feeling. So
Oh,
at that moment, I had no idea to the extent that I will be working as a counselor or as a therapist or helping people out with their behavior. But imagine I created something at that time, um, which is still very relevant today.
gee.
So it's very close to my heart.
Huh.
And tarot will always remain very close to my heart. I don't do tarot for people, but I say anyone can pick up those cards and the cards will tell you because cards are never wrong. You can read them wrong, but the cards are never wrong.
ये भी बड़ा अच्छा आपने फ्रेम किया है. You can read them wrong, but they're never wrong.
They are never wrong. Yes, yes.
Wow. Okay.
See, because most of the time we want to
हाँ.
see what we want to see.
जी.
So we manipulate things.
बिल्कुल सही, बिल्कुल सही.
If I did something, it's not working, I can always say, yes, I read it wrong.
Hmm.
That's why it is very important that you go to someone who's very learned for any subject
Knowledgeable.
you go, about
बिल्कुल.
tarot or anything,
Hmm.
and you do a research with them that what are they doing
जी.
and how are they living and see their pages, what are they're trying to sell you.
Hmm.
So you understand where am I going? So where is the piece of advice going to come from?
जी.
And as a child, if I'm seeing for my child, I'm going to see what I want to see for my child, right? I'm not going to see the
बिल्कुल.
the big picture.
Rightly
So
put.
it's very important who you choose to help you.
Amazing. Now, writing a book, it's one task, and getting it published is another altogether. How has been your experience with putting your book into the market and also publicizing it?
So right from the first book till the fifth book that is going to come now this year in February, I can say it's been a
Okay.
roller coaster ride for me.
Huh.
Each book comes with a roller coaster ride.
Hmm.
Sometimes uh, we've done everything good, but they printed it wrong,
बिल्कुल.
or the timing is wrong, or
Hmm.
something. So it has been challenging and rewarding in both ways. So the
Okay.
key is, I think, staying true to my purpose, like why am I writing and do I know my audience?
Hmm.
So I think I've celebrated my small wins, whether it is a reader sharing their transformation journey with us,
Hmm.
or a global audience found my way, to my book. Like
Hmm.
FimTech last year, they picked up the book.
अच्छा.
My mentor had sent them the book, and they really liked it. In their business literature festival, they unveiled the book. So, which was
Wow.
really, yeah, that was quite a win for us. And we were able to go into Goodreads. And I think, but the important part is no matter whatever the problem is,
Hmm.
if we know that, this is what we want, so we can go slowly. And in my journey,
जी.
I've realized go slow. Uh, don't try to run a run where, because I remember last time people have, coming up with these businesses where
Hmm.
they're launching your books, they are doing podcasts on your books, they're doing a
Hmm.
lot of on your books, which is helping people, or
Hmm.
going to a fantastic publisher and getting it published,
Hmm.
paying a lot of money for that to be there.
Hmm.
And what happens when after 1 week the book is not there or it's not doing good? You've done
बिल्कुल.
all that you could have done.
जी.
So I feel if you are good, it will find its path. Might find it slow, but it will find its path. You keep doing what you're doing. So to me, the journey has been equally rewarding and equally challenging,
Hmm.
but I'm still enjoying the journey.
Hence the fifth book.
Has the book, yes.
Yes, all the very best with the book, ma'am. All the very best.
Yes. Yes. So the book is called Unscripted. So I'm actually very thrilled because it's a heartfelt collection of my experiences, learnings,
अच्छा.
moments of transformation. My clients sharing some stories. So it's
Hmm.
it's not one book which is all about. It's about different aspects of life from childhood
Hmm.
to what I experienced. So it's like having your blogs put together
जी.
in a way. So each chapter is very different to the one you read
Hmm.
next. Uh, so it's just a glimpse of my life in different phases of things. So that's why it's called unscripted.
Beautiful. February awaited already.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. So, one last question. What is that one bonus statement that will go from Dr. and author Shivani Khetan to the readers, writers, and listeners.
First thing which I always say is try to have a routine.
Okay.
To have a routine, you can
Hmm.
stick to it. You can know I'm going wrong, I'm not disciplined.
Hmm.
So people, like even when we work with dementia, like with my mother,
Hmm.
the first thing I try to create with her was her routine. What time you get up, what time
Hmm.
you eat. Because normally, the seniors don't have to go anywhere. So they can be having a bath at 1 o'clock,
Ji.
or they can be, just having their lunch at 2 o'clock
Hmm.
or 3 o'clock, or, just, there's no routine.
Hmm.
So to me, as an author or as the therapist I work, I will ask everyone to
Hmm.
create a routine. It can be a small routine that, okay, I will do 10 minutes meditation. I will um, do some exercise or maybe I'll go for a brisk walk. Okay.
Hmm.
I will have some routine with my parents or
Hmm.
something. And then I'll have some time for myself, having a cup of coffee or something every day. And
Ji.
then this is my work time and this is my sleep time. So if
Hmm.
you have a routine, you can know I'm not progressing
Hmm.
or where am I going.
Ji.
So that's, I feel, is very important. And the other thing I always say is ki there is no age to rewrite your story. So rewrite it with
Huh.
courage and color it with hope. Own any stroke that you have done. Like my mother says, this is not good art. I said, art is art. So
Hmm.
own every stroke that you're making. So now there will be some messy ones, which is all
Ji.
right. I did mistake. Okay, I made a mistake. What's
Hmm.
wrong in saying that? Or I'm not happy with this. I
Hmm.
want to rechange this, or I want to let go of this. So
Ji.
I feel just remember your life is your masterpiece.
Hmm.
So create the way you want it. Don't blame people. Don't complain about it. Don't justify it. Just do what you like and own it.
Own.
Own
Yes.
everything. This is me.
Bilkul.
Yes, this is me. And even if I made mistakes, yeah, I made mistakes. No one has right to tell you what you did was wrong or right
Hmm.
until you experience it yourself. And no one has a right to tell you how to live a life. It is you. You're intelligent. God made you wise. Imagine people who don't have hands. You have hands. You're gripping. Imagine people who have so many problems. They're living. They're trying to play games. They're trying to do so much. So at
Ji.
least have gratitude to what you have. So my ending note will be have gratitude for what you have. I know everyone tells you have gratitude, benefits, but until you feel it inside,
Hmm.
it won't show on your face and it won't show in your life. So that's why I said even the messy ones, own
Hmm.
it. Own it to the 10th. Yes, this is me. And you will see um, slowly, steadily, wherever you want to go, you will reach.
Wow.
There's no stopping. Yeah.
Believe me, ये पहली इतनी शांत कॉन्वर्जेशन रही है. So easy, so calm. बहुत ही अच्छी थी. Amazing responses.
No, thank you so much for doing that research with me, and thank you so much for your patience. I know
Uh,
it's taken us a long time to be together, but I'm so glad we are here. Maybe I think we are in a better space to do this when we're doing this today.
huh.
Conversation always happens when both the parties. So I think you are giving me that space to be like that, and I'm able to express what I am. So I think it's always two ways.
Two ways. It's
So thank
always
you for
two
doing
ways.
that.
Thank you very much, ma'am, and all the very, very best with the coming book. All the
Thank
very
you so
best with your
much.
clients. All the very best
Yes.
with the reviews.
No,
And
no, and I'm also sending you a lot of gratitude and blessings for the coming year ahead. May you
thank you,
find
ma'am.
your purpose and goals, whatever is for your highest good. Whatever is for your highest good, it happens for you. So thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very, very much, ma'am. It was so, so sweet. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yes, thank you.